Hi guys, this week we're in India, outside the famous Taj Mahal, where we're going to be cooking butter chicken, a very famous Indian dish. Okay, so how do we start? Remember, as always, make sure we have a clean apron on, we've washed our hands and removed any jewellery. Okay, so during the recipe I can see I need to cut my onion first, so I'm going to start by cutting an onion. I have half an onion for the recipe. So we're going to start by peeling that. Okay, just taking that outer layer off. There. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to cut that little thing off there, because what we're going to be doing is slicing the onion today. So just slicing lengthways. Okay, and there's our onion ready to go. I'll put it over there for now. Okay, we also have to dice the chicken. Remember using separate chopping boards for your vegetable and your meat. Okay, what I'm going to do, quickly just wash my hands in between the vegetables and meat, and I'll be back in a tick. Okay, we're back now. I'm going to now cut up the chicken. Okay, we need to cut this into cubes. Okay, just slicing it lengthways to begin with. Okay, and you want to cut them into about 1.5 centimetre cubes. Okay, just nice bite-sized pieces. Okay, so we're just going to cut that up. Okay, we're using chicken breast today. However, you can use thigh if you wish. Right. Okay. Alright, so now that chicken's ready to go. Alright, again, I'm just going to wash my hands, dealing with raw chicken. Make sure you wash your hands in between every time you handle that raw. Okay, we're back. Now what we're going to do now is get our rice on to cook. Okay, we're going to make sure that water is boiling, and we're going to put that rice in. Okay, I'll do that now. Okay, that's on now. Okay, so we're going to start preparing our sauce. Now today we're actually going to use a packet mix. The reason why we're doing this, it's a cooking class, however, we're looking at convenience foods. What these little packet mix does is make it a lot easier for you to cook dishes that may take quite a long time. And that's what a convenience food is. Convenience foods are foods that make it more convenient for you to cook. Okay, so we're going to be using, following the directions on the back of the pack to make our butter chicken. So what it says to do first is combining the cream. Okay, now the recipe is for 4 serves, so we're actually going to use half of that. Okay, so we've used half the mixture. I've still got some mixture left in here. I've just separated half and half. If you're cooking at home, cook it for 4 and double the recipe. Okay, so into that we're also going to be placing spoon over here, just mixing all them ingredients in together. Okay, just combine them. Okay, so we're going to combine all them in so they're nice and smooth. Okay, and we're going to leave that over there for now. See, over there. Okay, ready to cook our next ingredient. So what we need to do is now turn our hot plate on. Okay, we need to get that to a pretty high heat, because what we've got to do is we've got to seal our chicken and fry off our onions. Okay, so what we're going to need is a little bit of oil in that pan. Okay, and we're going to need our butter. Now, the oil's in the pan, just so that butter does not get that doesn't burn, basically. What that does is actually brings down the burn temperature of the butter by adding a little bit of oil, and therefore you're going to get that butter flavour. You're going to be able to cook off your onion, you're going to be able to cook off your chicken without actually that butter burning. Okay, so that's melting down now. Okay. So a nice bit of butter. This is why it's called butter chicken, obviously. So we are cooking. We're cooking with that butter. All right. Now that butter's melted and ready to go, we're going to add our chicken to the pan. Alright, finished with the chopping board now. I'm just going to place it under here. Okay, and green one too. Let's get rid of that. Let's clean out our workstation. So we've got a nice work area here. Clean. Okay. So what we need to do now is just brown off that chicken. What you want to do is seal them juices in. Okay. You want that pan hot enough just so that we can just brown off that chicken. Okay, once that chicken has pretty much been sealed, okay, what we're going to do is add our onions. Okay, and what you want to do there is just soften the onions up a bit. Okay, so you're going to cook these down until they're what you call translucent. Just soften them. Okay. Now at this point, both the chicken and the onions, you don't want to cook them all the way. Okay, because what they're going to do is when we put the sauce in, they're actually going to cook down in that sauce. And while we're waiting there, let's just tidy up around here and stuff away. Okay, so we'll need that one so we can see what we are doing. Alright, so now them onions have softened down. Right, now what we need to do is we're going to add our sauce. Okay. Make sure we get all of that in. Okay. So now we're just going to turn that right down and allow that to simmer. So we're going to simmer that for about 8 minutes. What I'm going to do, I'm going to come back and we're going to serve up with our rice, which is just finished cooking. And I'm going to drain that, we'll come back and we'll serve up. Okay, as this was cooking, I noticed that it was getting a little bit thick. So what I had to do was actually add about half a cup of water in it. Okay, just so it didn't get too thick. Okay, as long as you've got that heat down and allowing that to cook, you should be okay. Okay, like I said, if it does start to get a bit thick, we need to add a little bit. We add a little bit of water thin it out, and then we can cook it down a little bit more, just to make sure all that chicken is cooked when we serve it up. Okay, remember we can't serve raw chicken, so we've got to make sure that chicken is cooked through before we serve. Welcome back, guys. Butter chicken has now been cooking for about 8 to 10 minutes. So it's been able to develop a little bit of flavour. That chicken's well and truly cooked through, the onions have softened, and we're ready to serve. Now with the rice, what I've done is I've drained that in a colander, allowed it to drain for a little bit, and served it up here, nice and hot. Okay, so now we're going to serve up. Okay, as you notice, the sauce has got a nice liquid to it. You need a bit of liquid with your sauce. The reason is you want that sauce there so that rice can soak up all of that nice sauce. Okay, and there we go. It's butter chicken. I'll see you next week.